and that was regarding the face mask. Now, what I want to tell you guys about the face mask is that when you're wearing a face mask, you're actually decreasing the flow of oxygen into your mouth. And we're a species that, or we're actually a physiological system that's dependent upon oxygen. Plants depend on carbon dioxide, which is what we breathe out. And then plants breathe out oxygen, which is what we breathe in. Well, when you've got a mask on, you're restricting the flow of oxygen. And when you're restricting the flow of oxygen, that causes stress in the body because you're not getting enough oxygen. You're almost having to fight for air. Well, that drives your cortisol levels up, which is the stress hormone, and that increases the sympathetic tone in the body, or the flight-fight response. And it also suppresses the immune system, because when you have increase in cortisol, increase in steroids, you have a decrease in the immune system. And of course, we want the immune system to be peaked if we're concerned about any type of an opportunistic illness. On top of that, you'll hear tonight on part 6, I'm not sure in which part it'll be, whether it's tonight's part or tomorrow's part or whichever part you'll hear it. There's 4 parts. You'll hear Dr. Mikowitz talk about what happens when you restrict the airway by having a mask over it. So you're again creating more stress. And remember that viruses are particles of DNA and RNA that exist inside our cells. So during a period of stress, during a period of toxicological onslaught, during a period of any type of significant physiological change, when the body is stressed, you'll have a release of these viruses, very similar to exosomes, which Dr. Kaufman has talked about. So essentially, some of us think that they're one and the same, but essentially you have an increase in the viral shedding, if you will, for lack of a better term. You have an increase in the viral release in your system when your body's stressed. So now you're walking around with the mask on, you're actually going to increase the yield of the viral components that are being released from the cell because you're being stressed, because you're wearing something that's restricting your ability to breathe.